find out what this show's really all about.
Now remember, everyone in this family except Esther thinks they're going on a show called Family Getaways. Hi, Esther. Rob Nelson.
Hi, Rob.
Nice to see you. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
I'm Rob. How you doing? How are you guys?
Hi.
Excited? Ready for a little vacation? Just like one little thing before we go. Esther, you have something you might want to tell your family right now?
Yes. The name of the show that we're going on is not Family Getaway, it's Family Forensics.
Let me tell you what that means. Basically means you're going on a getaway. But while you're on your getaway, we're going to send a forensics team into your house, and they're going to go through everything.
Rob made me confess to the family what the show was really about. They all looked at me, and I knew I was in big trouble.
They're going to go through drawers, through your closets, through the kitchen, cupboards, everything, create a detailed profile of who this family is, and then we're going to show you what they found.
When my mother told us that the show really wasn't about a family getaway and there's people coming in our house, I was really shocked. I wasn't even sure I wanted to go.
The twins just turned 21, and I want to move out of the house. We don't know if the twins are ready, and I thought maybe Family Forensics could help me.
All right, you guys, pack it up. You got 5 minutes, limo's waiting.
Rob gave us 5 minutes to pack. There's not enough time in the world to hide things in 5 minutes.
This isn't cool. I'm gonna take all my journals.
And I just like shoved everything I could possibly think of into my luggage.
Take your black book with you. You know what you're calling people.
Shut up.
I don't know what they're gonna find.
You got everything?
I hope the girls didn't get too mad at me.
Okay, one last thing. You can take your money, your IDs, but the purses stay.
When Rob took my purse, I felt completely invaded, and that was like the worst thing he could have done to me. I had certain letters in there that I hadn't had time to take out.
Come on, the forensics people are on the way.
This is heavy.
I was so shocked that before we knew it, we were out the door in the limo.
This is nice.
Exactly.
Have fun at the resort.
The family has gone, leaving behind all their most cherished belongings. Belongings that will now become evidence in an in-depth investigation. Will the evidence answer Mom's questions? Or will it uncover other hidden secrets? Secrets until now, because it's time to call in the team. The team arrives with a fully equipped mobile crime lab and 3 highly experienced specialists. Leading the investigation is veteran LA tactical detective Scott Defoe. Criminalist Heather DeBevick is in charge of gathering and analyzing forensic evidence. Dr. Jen Berman will create a psychological profile of the family. The last member of the team is a mobile crime lab capable of on-site analysis and forensic evidence.
All right, the Fajardo family is en route to their resort, which means you guys have 48 hours to go into their house, ransack it, and create a detailed profile of this family. Get to work.
The team's first task is to glove up and secure the perimeter. Maintaining the integrity of the crime scene is imperative in any investigation.
We'll walk this perimeter and see how it's looking. Let's do it. Nice, clean, and neat. Big open kitchen.
Really nice.
You gotta get to work here.
Let's see what kind of mold we have growing in here.
All right, check under this last one.
It's Milo, that makes sense.
Yeah. We got the twins.
Bingo.
Get us a computer.
Oh, we love the computers. We're gonna have to be calling Nick in.
Think, dog in the back?
Oh, yeah.
I got butterflies.
As we kept getting closer and closer to the hotel, it was just it's getting intense.
For like 2 seconds.
I'm getting nervous now.
Don't think about it.
In the limo, I was really paranoid about what was going on around the house.
All of a sudden, Levon just started going into an anxiety attack.
When she has an anxiety attack, she breathes really hard. She tries to catch her breath and she can't.
The team's first challenge is to sort out the dual identities of the twin daughters.
Wait, you might be right with the whole twin thing. I don't know. Could just be sisters.
Happy birthday. I love you guys. Obviously, them being twins, they have the same birthday. Very beautiful, very photogenic. Wow, they're really identical.
Now, which one? I wonder which one is which. I'm gonna say this is Lavetta.
Twins present a unique challenge for the psych evaluation.
A lot of the time, twins have a difficult time individuating. In other words, they start out so close together they can't tell where one ends and the other one begins. And in order for them to developmentally become healthy, they have to form their own identities.
The resort was really big. The pool was huge. I was like, wow, this is gonna be a great weekend.
Why don't we crash into a party?
Well, let's go find them. What room was there? What time do we
Right
have?
when we got there,
Well, my sister and I got lost.
Okay. Did she circle
I was
it?
like, what a great way to start a weekend. We can't even find our room.
With the twins' identities firmly established, the team focuses on the 21-year-old daughter, LaVon.
Yvonne's journal to God. Talking about a relationship with a boyfriend that she hurt her family, she hurt her mother, and hurt herself, and she's asking for God's forgiveness.
You never know what you're going to find when you open up someone's journal.
There was a turning point where she did something where she has written repeatedly about how she feels her family will never forgive her. She feels terrible, and her family writes her letter saying, we've forgiven you, you have to forgive yourself, everyone makes mistakes. I want to know what it was that she did.
Scott digs deep into LaVon's finances to follow up on Dr. Jen's lead.
A lot of doctor's bills for being so young. Here we have a financial statement for LaVon, basically payments for different things, cell phone, child.
Child.
I wonder if she has a child that she's paying child support to.
The team has already uncovered serious issues. How will the family deal with it when confronted with the evidence?
LaVon and I, we went back to the room, put on our bathing suits. We were dying to get in the pool, and we started to enjoy our weekend and relax. Though we thought we were going to be relaxed, we were still stressing out about what was going on back at the house. We were starting to get a little bit more paranoid.
Forensics? It means like...
I think of CIA when I think of forensics.
I do too. I think of
Murder
like
cases,
black
I think of
lights and little pieces of hairs, of little evidence of
DNA.
anything.
While the girls ponder the meaning of the word, Heather gets down to the business of forensics.
When profiling a family, it's my job to find out as much forensic information about the family that I can. I look at these sheets for hairs and biologicals. Are they sexually active? Or is somebody sleeping in this bed who shouldn't be sleeping in the bed?
In a forensics investigation, it could be one hair that cracks the case.
I tell you, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with somebody, not my entire life, the rest of my life.
We were sitting by the pool, drinking with our parents, and next thing you know, wow, Rob shows up.
Well, we're talking about at the house. I don't even know what's going on, so how do we talk about it?
I need you upstairs in 10 minutes because I need to take some things from you.
Oh my gosh.
So 10 minutes, I'll see you there.
What I got to do? Rob says we need to go up to the room for some business. And next thing you know, we're all walking up to the room thinking, what is this about?
I could tell that Milo was nervous about this for some reason. Uh-oh.
Hey, guys.
Uh-oh.
It's fingerprint time.
I've never been fingerprinted. I was like, what am I going to end up in Chino prison?
My fingerprints are on the house.
That's right. Gotta find out who's been where, who's done what.
Fingerprints on this bottle. The white wine that's under the kitchen sink with all the cleaning supplies. Let's see who's actually drinking this wine. Is it Mom or is it Dad? Or is it the twins? When profiling a family, I'll look for fingerprint evidence. We'll try to find alcohol bottles of fingerprint to see who's drinking in the family. Okay, Okay, we're gonna use some magnetic black powder so we don't make such a mess, and we'll see if there's any fingerprints on this bottle. All right, let's get the fingerprint tape out and make a lift to see if we have any good usable ridge detail. The reason why we need to use this tape to lift the fingerprint off the bottle, it's very difficult to actually look at the bottle with all the powder in the background. The white card gives it a better contrast. So we use the black powder with the tape to actually lift the print off the object. And then you don't contaminate the object either. You might have some overlapping prints, but you might be able to work with a few things.
Heather's found a usable print on the bottle. Whose is it?
Sorry, it's gonna get a little messy.
I felt like I was a criminal, like I'd done something really, really bad, and I was like, why does he need my fingerprints?
Have you ever been arrested?
Yes.
Oh, that's my fingerprint.
You were fingerprinted.
That's 15 and a half.
What? When were you arrested?
Oh, I took my dad's car for a joyride with a girl.
Oh my God.
Well, we never heard about that story before.
Meanwhile, Heather turns to alternative light sources in search of biological clues.
You have to darken the room up, look for any type of biologicals on the sheets. When we're trying to profile family, a big part of what I do is I look for biological fluids in the bed to see if there's somebody sleeping in the bed or if there's any passion or sexual activity in the bed. Anything from saliva to semen to seminal fluid. Basically, I want to know what's going on in between these sheets.
Okay, there's a couple. When they started asking me that I needed to take hair samples, I was thinking, what are they going to possibly need next?
Oh, that's a lot.
No, it's not. It's...
The hair samples will be taken back to the mobile crime lab for comparison with hairs found on the premises.
That's it. I've got what I need. I want you guys to go have a really nice dinner, and I'll see you guys later.
It was like we're all getting arrested for something. I hope that my husband and my girls aren't too mad at me after all this is done.
The team turns its attention to the twin daughter, Lavetta.
Like another daughter's picture.
This is a totally different room.
Jungle-themed room.
Help if I lift up the latch.
This is interesting. We have a pH test. I wonder if she's, diabetic or something.
Cosmetology, so Pomona Adult School, cosmetology.
As far as Lavetta goes, we've got her down as a makeup artist. When she was younger, she liked volleyball and basketball and was a dancer.
Well, I wonder who this is. She loves a boy named Shane. Talks about what she loves about him. Some pretty harsh words here about this guy named Danny she was going out with, and she used a cuss word, which is sort of odd because a lot of her other writings and overtures are religious based, and a little bit of contrast here as to how we say we're living and maybe how we are actually living.
At dinner, my parents were acting kind of strange. They were more serious than usual. Like, they started asking us life questions.
Why would you want to move back to Arizona with us?
Well, mom wants to be by your side 24/7. Family is always going to be there, but your friends, they come and go. Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that, but it's not because of my friends. It's because of my career, Levon. It has nothing to do with friends, so where did that come from?
Because you're making fun of the fact that
I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying, that, well, that's because that's how you are. Were we not just saying that? If you want to move back to Arizona, have fun. Just don't forget to write.
I'm like, why are we talking about this now? Let's talk about something happy, because I'm already stressed out that there's people in my house.
Oh my God.
Hey guys.
Oh no.
During dinner, we were eating and just looked over and Rob walks right through the doors. Okay, what now?
Sometimes the stuff, though, that people find isn't what you would think. It's not a secret always.
I know Rob now. I know that he shows up and it's always something.
Well, they found a bunch of journals, and he's like, it's really interesting stuff.
I have a box full of journals.
Yeah, when Rob mentioned about the journal, I looked over to Levon, and she really looked pretty heart-shaking. I didn't know what to expect anymore. She was just, I think she just had enough of this.
We've wrapped the investigation inside the residence, but Heather's going to work late in the crime lab all night to identify and analyze the forensics that we found.
Typical of the family so far, nothing's jumping out at me. Which I guess is a good thing. Panties, they're clean. One little fiber on here. Nothing strange at all. Could be from the clothing that she's wearing. Red panties, clean. All right. The Fajardo family seemed to be very neat and tidy. It definitely posed a challenge as far as forensic evidence. Let's look at the fingerprint we got off the wine bottle. Maybe we can see if it's usable or not under the stereoscope. This is something we would definitely call a difficult print. There's not a lot of points of identification available to make an ID on this print. If we had to, we could definitely look at the poroscopy, which is the pores in your skin, are specific. They're arranged in a certain manner. So we could look at that, and we could also look at the width of the ridges, which are the lines on the fingers. We could look at that to see if they are consistent with one of the other family members' prints. Yes, this is definitely usable to compare to another person's print.
When we're hanging out at the spa after dinner, it's kind of hard not to think about what's going on at the house.
There's a journal in my room that I've never told Mom about the journal, and it was in junior high, high school. So she might get a little like, oh, well, I didn't know you felt that way type of thing about in the journal. Right. The fact is, I don't want anybody to read it.
Though we thought we were going to be relaxed in the jacuzzi, we were still stressing out a bit about what was going on back at the house or what had happened that day.
Because I come across that you dated a lot of guys. I mean, you did, but you didn't actually, Thanks. It's true.
I hope the girls are having a good time tonight because tomorrow morning I have a big surprise for them.
I honestly think that Moms and Dads are going to be cool with it.
Coming up, the team uncovers a mysterious family member.
That's the gang right there, the Los Angeles gang. You find a photo that has what I believe to be the older boy who's a gang member. Why is this hidden? Why isn't this on the mantle? Almost like we're embarrassed of some of the things that we have.
It's day 2 of the investigation, and Heather gets down to business. Dirty business.
Never throw out anything you don't want somebody to discover. If we only had one place to look to figure out how the family worked, I would say the garbage would be the best place to go to. Men's underwear. Gross. Clothing. Oh, look it. Just little fun dice. Face surprise, caress my face. It's not something I would expect to find in their home. Underwear. Huh. We are going to look at those to see if we have anybody's seminal fluid on those. This is strange. This is very strange. Hair, like somebody cut their hair. It looks like the same color as one of the girls' hair. I can't really tell. More hair. So much hair. Bizarre. I'm definitely going to take this into the lab and look at it further, see if we can find out anything interesting about the hair.
Meanwhile, Detective Defoe breaks out a new toy.
This pole canvas is incredible. I mean, it gets us in areas that we can't look, up in the ceiling, up in the rafters, up in attics, under areas under the house, especially under the vehicle, see if something's taped on. And it clearly saves us a whole bunch of time, being that time is such a factor here. After you clear it, you still need to go up there and physically look up there. Nothing's clear until you physically clear it. I'll tell you right now, if I get dirty up here, I'm done. All right? Any dirt, any stuff in the gel, I'm quitting.
I love working with Scott. Scott is meticulous. He is totally obsessive and totally focused, and nothing goes without notice with him.
Rat droppings. There's just a couple bombs, and there's a couple packages of white powder. Nothing but a human hand and some... No, actually, there's nothing up there at all.
Heather has retreated to the mobile crime lab to analyze hairs found on the premises.
Let's look at Esther's hair in comparison with this big glob of hair that I got from the trash can. let's check out, see if this is Mom's hair from the trash. Oh, I can tell you right now, absolutely not. Totally different colors, different sizes, different even structure. Mom's hair is much finer than the hair that we found in the trash. There's no way. Mom's hair is definitely not the hair in the trash can. Let's look at Lovetta's hair. Let's see, let the microscope tell the story. No, it's not Lovetta's hair either. I think it's Lavon's. I'm gonna do one more picture to confirm that. But we'll put those hairs side by side and we can see if it's Lavon's. Now, if that isn't a match, I don't know what is.
Good morning. Time for some karate lessons. Come on, don't try to sweet talk me. Let's go.
The minute I open the door, I see my dad, and he's just like, come on, let's go, forget breakfast, you know, we're gonna go and take some karate lessons.
It's a pretty tough world out there, so I want to teach them how to handle themselves. This is the way it would sound, okay? Now don't get scared. Ready? Hey! I didn't even touch you.
Meanwhile, back at the residence, Emilio Fajardo's history is brought to light.
Obviously a disciplined guy that I can see here is him looking through his instructor, getting his brown belt and his black belt, and obviously is the dojo with the rest of his students here. So there's no inscription on it other than the fact that it's just a big knife that would be used, and it's a very big and sharp knife that could be used for cutting or protection. Alcohol testing for Emilio for an accident that happened. Well, this is odd. This is unique, where you'd have this in an office where you'd have a roll door that locks on the bottom. Creates a question as to why is it here? That's concerning. I'm going to note that.
One unique thing we found in the dad's bedroom was he had a steel roll-down door like you'd find in like an industrial park. We didn't find any weapons in there, but clearly it was an armory.
It looks like Dad works for the same company we found on the jacket in the closet, and he is a forklift operator.
Emilio's a greeter, so obviously he volunteers a lot of his time at the church. There's no doubt they're religious.
Somebody got an American Legion Award.
Emilio, the dad, obviously a veteran during the Vietnam War, was on the USS Constellation. Here's his dog tags, and there's a proud picture of the dad right there playing football. And he received awards for National Defense Service Medal, obviously overseas during conflict, Vietnam Service Medal, Vietnam Campaign Medal with Device, Meritorious Unit Commendation Ribbon, and Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal in Korea. So he's a veteran of 2 wars.
So I'll walk up to you. Okay, you're too tight.
My dad's really, really protective over me and my sister, and he's scared a few boyfriends away. He's a 3rd-degree black belt in karate, so that's pretty intimidating.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, how are you? Yep. There was a karate expert. I really don't consider him as an expert as my father. Oh my gosh.
Never saw him really do that stuff, have you?
No. Actually seeing my dad get down and serious with a karate expert was exciting. My dad whooped his butt.
Hey, I give.
You should come over more often. He has someone to play with.
The team has uncovered a well-hidden family secret.
A lot of gang photos.
Really?
Yeah. Sort of surprising. That's the gang right there. It's a Los Angeles gang.
Yeah.
Established one of the actually the 2nd biggest Los Angeles gang in the city of Los Angeles. Those are the gang tattoos, and
You think those are real tattoos?
I know they're real tattoos. There's some nexus here with this family, with some type of, I wouldn't say specifically gang activity, but gang relationship.
As a gang expert in the city of Los Angeles, these photos clearly depict this person's either involved in the gang at this time or clearly was involved in the gang in the past. You know, that really troubles me that this photo is in this family's photo album.
I'm concerned with this.
Wait, this is their house. This is in front of the house.
It is the house because you can see the brickwork from across the street. I can verify that. Hold on one second.
Okay, right there.
Yeah, and here's the light post behind.
Right. Where's one of the big trees? I don't know. I think it's...
Yeah, this is the house.
It's a cute guy.
Yeah, cute guy, but you should see the tattoos he has. We could find out who he is. We can run this license plate. I wonder if that's his car.
That's a great idea.
More pieces of the puzzle fall together as Dr. Jen brings up another discovery from a letter written by Emilio Fajardo.
But there's an additional family member that we hadn't figured out. That would be baby Joey, who is Dad's son from somewhere else.
Let's mention how old he is.
It does not. I haven't gotten there yet.
That could be Joey. The tattoo's downstairs. That's his son. You know, you find a photo that has what I believe to be the older boy who's a gang member. Why is this hidden? Why isn't this on the mantle? Almost like we're embarrassed with some of the things that we have. Trying to hide him or his identity. Maybe the dad considers it a bad decision. I'm sure he loves his son, but a bad decision maybe what the son's done. I guarantee, based on the tattoos, that boy has been arrested on a number of occasions.
An estranged son living outside the law. What other secrets will be uncovered before the family returns home? The team has decided to call in computer expert Nick G to see what family secrets lie in cyberspace.
Got a computer monitor. The hard drive's in the box in here. Okay. The old hard drive. That was sort of locked into that closet with the pull-down door. It's a little tricky. The dad has a son from a prior relationship. Maybe you can check some email and see. And we found some gang photos downstairs. So maybe if there's any gang-related stuff on the computer, I'd like to take a look at.
Okay, you got it?
Give me a holler if you find something.
Okay.
All right, dude, thanks.
Okay.
Nick will look at the hard drives, look at some of the hard data that's on the computers, come up with an analysis, feed that information back to the team, and assist us with our profile.
Whenever someone tries to delete data off of a computer, they're not really deleting the data, they're just moving it. So what this software application allows me to do is find where they've moved the data. Come on. Ooh. I think I've got boyfriend talking steamy. I love you. If I was with you right now, let's say you were lying down and I was next to you, I would, oh my.
The computer is a hotbed of information. My favorite stuff that we find is the deleted information. That's usually the stuff people are trying to cover up, and that's the most valuable to me. Oh, what do you got?
Triple X toolbar.
Yes!
It's porn.
Really? How long was she on?
A minute.
Our computer expert, Nick, is incredible. In the Fajardo residence, there is a pornography website that they hit on for 30 seconds. Nick found it. You can't pull anything past him.
After karate, we were really hungry, and so we went to the buffet. We got to sit down and just talk a little bit, and I noticed Rob coming up to us, and that's when he had some things to tell us.
Hey. Come have a seat.
You know, I've learned a lot about you guys, actually. There's a lot of interesting stuff in your house. They went through the garbage, and they found interesting things in the garbage.
Like what?
Dice. What they do?
That's not mine, that's yours.
Oh, it is.
It is yours.
I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I don't do things. But I've never really, you know.
Your first marriage and another kid.
Yes.
A son.
They figured that out.
I've done everything in my power to get a relationship.
To have a relationship with him.
He's finally decided to let go. And this is what he wants. So the moment I stopped calling, that was it. He stopped calling too.
All right, listen. I have to go back to the house. We're going to finish up there, get you guys home before the end of the day. So enjoy the end of the afternoon. See you guys.
All right,
Bye.
be well. Have fun.
Thanks a lot.
We really do have a brother. But really, we don't.
We hardly have anything around the house about our half-brother. I mean, we have like maybe a couple pictures of him. So I still don't understand how they figured that out, but they're good.
With time running out, the investigation turns on the one who called in the team, the mother, Esther.
Groceries, bags, and a dishwasher? Is that normal? Oh, Esther's kitchen, first of all, so it's Mom's kitchen.
Hey, look at
Mom's
this.
Hey.
Okay to eat this salsa by Mom. That's a...
Well, that's a rule. Okay, there's a lot of grease under here, and there's a lot of dirt up here. So they're clean, but they're not ultra clean. You know, this is kind of, you're gonna think this is gross, but this toilet seat is not that clean. You know what a door is?
I found Mom's business card. She's an admissions assistant.
It's at Western University. It's in a health science department.
Beginning on 4/15/02, date employed.
I keep finding these little Bible verses all over the place.
So they're clearly a very religious family.
American Sign Language. Somebody took a class in 2003. I'm assuming it's probably the mom, Esther, because it's in her room.
Dr. Jen has made a startling last-minute discovery regarding the parents' relationship.
Listen to this. I'm hurt because my mom just says mean things to my dad and puts him down all the time. It makes me cry. He hurt her so bad. Thou shalt not commit adultery. When affairs happen, the biblical view of sex is mocked. Marital infidelity can cause tremendous stress and strain on a relationship because once you break that trust, it is very hard to rebuild.
Hello? All right. Says we can go home. Let's go pack.
Okay. Well, back to reality. Back home again.
We get a phone call saying it's time to go home. And I was just overwhelmed. I just wanted to get home and find out what happened in our home while we were trying to relax.
Come on, we're done. Family's on the way home.
With the investigation complete, the team must now restore the residence to its original state before the family returns and is confronted with the evidence.
Grown, tenured detective, I'm making beds. Something wrong with this picture.
No idea where that goes.
Let's just get home.
What the hell is it gonna look like?
I don't
Haven't
know.
been touched?
I doubt it. You cannot look at pictures and stuff and put the house back the way it was.
Yeah, there's no way. So violated right now. I feel like my people have been in my house. Oh, people have been in our house.
Looking at us.
Jeez.
Welcome home.
Yay,
How's
I'm so
it feel?
excited.
Back to your house. Hi, Esther. You all right? Happy to be back? You're happy?
Yeah, we got our home back.
I don't know, I just felt something spooky about this whole thing. Now it was really getting intense, like what did they find in there? You know, completely strange people in our house.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
It was kind of weird when we got home. Things looked the same, but I knew things weren't the same.
What is this doing here?
When we return, the family will see what the team has to reveal.
Oh, dear.
The family's emotional journey is about to come to an end as they prepare to be confronted with the family forensics team's findings.
At that point, I wasn't sure what I got my family into.
This is Dr. Jen Berman. She is a marriage and family therapist. She actually was one of the team that has been digging through your house.
The other team members, Scott and Heather, watch on closed-circuit television from inside the mobile crime lab.
That's a little worried, doesn't he?
Okay, Lavetta, you're up first.
My stomach just dropped. When they did the analysis on me, my mind, it was endless of thoughts. Anything could have popped up.
Don't worry, we still love you. We find some bad things out on you.
The party girl's right here. There's relationships going on.
There are so many boys. I can't keep up with all of them.
Neither can I.
Boy, crazy girls.
It's like you.
Yeah. my day. I think this is my biggest find out of the trash. A lot of hair.
It was my sister's brush. I'm like, she needs to clean her brush.
Look for any type of biologicals on the sheets. Anything from saliva to semen to seminal fluid.
Oh my God.
Our impression of Lavetta is that you are very strong-willed, that you have a pretty strong sense of yourself, that your attitude if someone isn't into you is, next. You're very boy crazy.
Hard to pick one.
You're a makeup artist. You and your sister are extremely close. Some might even say a little enmeshed. You're also very family-oriented. You are very close with your mother.
It's like almost right on. Dr. Jen was right on about my personality and who I am, and that was amazing just to figure out just by seeing a picture and coming to my room and finding little things here and there to put it all together and come up with the analysis that she did.
So let's go through the big picture of Levon, because Levon had a lot of leads, a lot of trails for you guys.
I really just wanted everything kept to whoever found out things about me to themselves and not to the whole world. But that didn't happen.
A note. So I've been thinking of good places to get married.
Uh-huh.
So she's not just becoming a wedding planner. Can't wait to give you my surprise. I think you'll like it. If not, you can't take it back.
Oh my God.
You kept us very busy, I have to tell you. I found our baby. Levon is sponsoring a kid in Africa.
She spent a lot of time with Steve, taking away time from her family.
She's really hard on herself, that she's the worst daughter her mother's ever had. I don't know if I will ever forgive myself for what I have done.
Well, what did you do that you felt your family would never forgive you?
I was dating a young man that my father did not like. I ran away from home. I drank. I disobeyed my parents. I yelled at them. I was hurting everybody's relationship.
You are the only person in this room who has not forgiven yourself.
Right. That's why I didn't want to talk about it. This is why. This is why I hated myself. Maybe this is why I don't forgive myself, because when it's brought up, this happens. When this happened, it was like, why? My worst fear came true, but it really didn't in a way. My worst of losing her completely. You know, like her not being alive, losing her. And then when that happened, I felt like I did. Not having to look over and not seeing anybody is just horrifying. I've actually experienced not having her around, and I hated it.
Twins in general have a very difficult time individuating it. At some point, the two of you are going to have to form your own separate identities. And that we've done that. I see you starting to do that.
When they brought up the past, they brought up who I am today and why I am who I am today. So I think they did an amazing job on figuring who I am as a person and the things that I enjoy and who I'm going to be and become.
Let's go to Dad now. It's his turn. Dad's got an interesting story, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Wow. Now I was really getting, I was kind of sweating a little bit.
I'm thinking, Dad, prior to the church days that I'm getting in the house, Dad's a drinker. He's a partier, military guy. Vietnam vet in that time. His brown belt and his black belt, that's awesome. And it's a very big and sharp knife. He volunteers a lot of his time at the church. Veteran of 2 wars. First marriage, had a previous marriage, had a son, turned out to be a bad guy. Got some better words for him, but we'll... That's his son. This cat right here.
We're thinking that's Joey.
Look at the face. Right.
He was my friend in high school. He always pretended I was going to marry him.
And we went looking for Joey, and it appears we picked the wrong man.
That was my bus. Mr. Gang Expert.
When's the last time you tried to talk to your son?
God, what? 9 months? Year? I love my son.
We all love him.
I don't feel like a father to him, I guess.
What would you say to him right now if he's watching?
I need to find out what's holding you back from wanting me to make that connection.
In order to have better relationships with yourselves and each other, you have to be more in touch with yourselves and more honest about what's really going on.
Let's pick on Mom for a while.
Oh, no.
Esther, you ready?
Oh, no.
You started this whole mess.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, Mom. Thanks.
I knew this was it. This was the moment. Things are getting pretty intense and kind of crazy, and I just hope it was worth getting my family into this.
I think that Mom's passion is with her girls. We hurt her so bad.
When affairs happen, the biblical view of sex is mom. There's some conflict between mom and dad. I haven't been able to get into it very deep, but it appears that mom may be a bit critical of dad, and that has caused some conflicts in the family.
You can say that again.
Let's talk about, you nodded your heads.
The past is the past. That was the first 10 years were really bad. The drinking, the alcohol, you know, not coming home, not knowing where he was at.
It's the same thing that Lavon's going through. It's hard to forget. You can
What did he
forgive.
do?
He had an affair. It hurt me a lot. I wanted to divorce him after we got married.
Why are you thinking when you're like being verbally, physically, emotionally abusive to the person you love?
Why am I not being treated, you know, with kind? I want something back. You know, say, I love you, you know, give me a hug once in a while. Or
you felt she pushed you away?
There was time physically she would.
How can you expect someone to be affectionate and loving and give you the affection that you need in a marriage when you're being abusive?
There was no reason for that to happen. I shouldn't have never done it.
Why did you have an affair?
Because I wanted to hear different words. I was tired of hearing the negative all the time, or not hearing it.
How long did it last?
It must have been 6 months, I guess.
So I thought it was just a week.
I didn't know it was that long. I thought it was just a weekend type of deal.
My sense of what happened for you is that you came from a family where you got a lot of affection, and you need that so desperately, and you have not gotten that. And you haven't been taught to express it, you haven't been taught to ask for it, you've been taught to fight, you've been taught to do karate, to be in the military. You haven't been taught to simply turn to your wife and say, I love you. The two of you need to do work on this marriage, because these girls have to leave the house at some point. And I believe that on some level they are staying in this house to keep the two of you together, because they don't trust that you will stay together if they leave.
I know that we can make it work. I know that we're going to Arizona or wherever together.
And you have to direct your energy towards him and towards healing this marriage and taking it to that next level, because you have to have an empty nest at some point, and you need to strengthen the union between the two of you.
Dr. Jen, you know, talked about what I went through and our past, and it was really surprising that they found out all those things about us.
You guys have been a great family. You've put your hearts and your lives out there for us, and I think touched a lot of people. This is a gift. It's a trip for the family to Thailand, courtesy of the Tourist Authority of Thailand.
And when he said Thailand, I was like, what? That's like across the world. I'm like, Thailand? You don't need passports.
That's our honeymoon that I promised her for 32 years.
I don't know how this family could have gotten any closer, but we did.
We're open more now.
I haven't seen him like this ever, and you guys come in here and you help them and help my sister and help me and figure us out, not even knowing us, and just by a picture, and you've helped us out so much. It's like you're angels.